If you accidentally fell into Neptune, would you become the ruler of the sea? Does Neptune really have vast oceans? Sorry to disappoint you, there isn't a single drop of seawater here, but it has something 10,000 times more valuable than the ocean: diamonds. Diamond rain falls from the sky, and diamond mountains float across its depths. A handful of them would be enough to live a life of luxury for 10 lifetimes without ever running out. Tempted, isn't it? Don't get excited just yet. I haven't finished. Winds on Neptune reach speeds of up to 2,400 kilometers per hour. To put that in perspective, that's 8 times faster than the most powerful typhoons on Earth. The moment you enter, you'd be instantly gone. Not from falling, but torn apart by the wind. So yes, there are countless diamonds here, but death is an absolute certainty. You won't be able to pick up a single diamond, though you might become part of the diamond rain and stay there forever. That's probably the most luxurious way to die in the universe. But the real jaw-dropping fact is yet to come. This planet wasn't discovered through observation. In 1846, French mathematician Urbain Le Verrier shut himself away and, with nothing but a pen and paper, calculated its existence from mathematical formulas. What kind of incredible feat is that? Let me explain. At the time, Le Verrier was studying the orbits of the solar system's planets and noticed that Uranus was misbehaving. Its orbit kept deviating from what Newton's laws predicted. Most people might have thought Newton was wrong, but not Le Verrier. He was convinced another hidden planet lay beyond Uranus whose gravitational pull was tugging at it and disrupting its orbit. So he began his calculations. With no computers or telescopes, he used only a pen to deduce the coordinates of this invisible planet. After finishing his work, he sent the coordinates to his friend at the Berlin Observatory, writing, "Point your telescope at this position and you will find a new planet." Skeptical, but willing to try, his friend did exactly that. He adjusted the telescope to the given spot, focused, and an hour later, Neptune was discovered. You heard that right. It is the only planet in human history predicted by mathematics alone. Le Verrier never laid eyes on Neptune in his lifetime, yet he knew exactly where it was, much like knowing precisely where a cafe sits on a certain street in a city you've never visited. Isn't that amazing? Despite its discovery, humanity knew almost nothing about Neptune. Why? Because it is simply too far away. Neptune lies 4.5 billion kilometers from the Sun, 30 times the distance between Earth and the Sun. Even aboard the fastest spacecraft available today, the journey would take 13 years, by which time your youth would be long gone. What's more, sunlight reaching Neptune is just 1/1000th as bright as on Earth. Looking up at the Sun from there, it appears no more than a slightly bright star. Ground-based telescopes can barely make it out, capturing nothing more than a faint blue dot. So what could be done? Send a spacecraft, of course, yet only one spacecraft in human history has ever visited Neptune, and it was just passing through. That craft was Voyager 2, launched by NASA in 1977. Its mission was to take advantage of a once-in-175 years planetary alignment to fly past Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune in one go. What does once-in-175 years mean? The 4 planets line up perfectly, allowing the spacecraft to use each planet's gravity like a slingshot to hurtle toward the next. Miss this window, and the next chance would come only 175 years later. It was a cosmic free ride, and NASA wasn't about to pass it up. In 1989, Voyager 2 finally reached Neptune, passing as close as 5,000 kilometers, roughly the distance from Beijing to Singapore, flying right beside Neptune's face and snapping photos frantically. For the first time, humanity saw the true face of this blue planet. First, its blue hue has nothing to do with oceans. It comes from methane in its atmosphere. Methane absorbs red light and reflects blue light, giving the entire planet a deep blue glow like a giant sapphire. Second, its weather defies all human imagination. Voyager 2 spotted a massive storm known as the Great Dark Spot, as large as Earth itself, swirling wildly in Neptune's atmosphere with winds of 2,400 kilometers per hour, the fastest recorded winds in the solar system. Analysts at the time were stunned, remarking that Neptune's weather changed absurdly fast, displaying sights never seen before. Even more incredibly, when the Hubble telescope observed Neptune years later, the Great Dark Spot had vanished without a trace. Other storms appeared afterward, only to come and go. This proves Neptune's atmosphere is not static, but in constant, violent turmoil. You might be wondering, so far from the sun, Neptune is bitterly cold. Where does its energy come from? And why is its weather so violent? The answer may lie deep within. Scientists have found that Neptune radiates more heat from its interior than it receives from the sun. In other words, it generates its own heat. Where does this heat originate? Possibly the primordial heat left over from the planet's formation, still seeping outward after billions of years, like a pot of boiling soup that remains warm inside even after eons. This internal heat fuels those ferocious storms. Even more extreme is the pressure inside Neptune. The pressure at its core is so intense, it shatters methane molecules and rearranges them into diamonds. This is not science fiction. It is solid scientific theory. Beneath Neptune's outer layers, there may exist an ocean of liquid carbon, with icebergs of solid diamond floating on its surface and diamond hailstorms falling from above. The diamonds on this single planet alone could crash Earth's economy 800 times over. But don't celebrate too soon. The pressure there is 7 million times that of Earth's atmosphere. You'd be flattened into a sheet long before reaching any diamonds. Having talked about Neptune itself, let's turn our gaze outward to its moons. Neptune has 14 known moons, one of which is particularly fascinating: Triton. What makes Triton so special? Simply put, it is the only large moon in the solar system with a retrograde orbit. Neptune rotates counterclockwise, but Triton orbits clockwise, directly opposing its planet. This means Triton is not a native moon of Neptune, but was captured halfway through its journey. Scientists believe Triton was once a dwarf planet in the Kuiper Belt, a neighbor of Pluto. Somehow, it was snared by Neptune's gravity and has orbited the planet ever since. Think of it as Pluto's sibling being kidnapped by Neptune. Triton may even be slightly larger than Pluto, leading some to say the true king of the Kuiper Belt is Triton, though it is now imprisoned in Neptune's orbit. Another bizarre trait of Triton is its surprisingly young surface. Not in terms of formation age, but because it has almost no craters, extremely rare in the solar system. Why? It has active cryovolcanoes, which erupt not lava, but ice. Beneath Triton's surface may lie an ocean of liquid water that wells up like magma, freezes rapidly on the surface, and repeatedly covers old craters, keeping Triton's surface forever fresh. Voyager 2 also photographed geysers erupting 8 kilometers above Triton, composed not of water but nitrogen gas and dust, blown into long streaks by the wind. The dark stripes seen in photos are deposits from these eruptions. A moon with active volcanoes, a subsurface ocean, an atmosphere, and a constantly renewing surface is truly an oddity in the solar system. What's more, scientists suspect Triton's subsurface ocean may contain organic compounds, meaning it could have conditions suitable for life. This is only speculation, of course, but that alone makes Triton worthy of a dedicated mission. By now you might be asking, if Neptune and Triton are so fascinating, why not send another spacecraft? The answer is simple: too far, too expensive, and too difficult. Voyager 2 only made the trip thanks to the 175-year planetary alignment, and that window has long closed. A modern mission would require a straight 13-year flight, with no chance to linger, only a quick flyby just like Voyager 2. Currently, NASA has no confirmed Neptune exploration plans. China has proposed a mission that could launch as early as 2033, but nothing has been finalized. Here we stand, 4.5 billion kilometers away, a blue planet where diamonds rain from the sky, accompanied by a moon that may harbor life. Humanity has visited just once over 30 years ago. It remains cold, distant, and mysterious, waiting for us to take another look. All we can do is keep gazing up at the stars. After all, the universe is vast, and there must always be a place that keeps humanity curious.